Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I am Pete McKendrick with Roofr, and I am joined today by Steve Spence from Project Map It, and excited to have Steve on here. A topic that I've seen him present on at RoofCon, and I've also seen it a couple times via video, from certain events and some other places. But super excited to have you on today, Steve. Glad you could jump on with us, and we'll run through social proof, right? This is a big one.
Social proof. Thanks for having me.
We often talk about, on our webinars and master classes, Nick and I usually dive into, being the neighborhood roofer, being that guy. How do you become that guy in your community? What are some things you can do? And, it used to be that, we got referrals from, talking to our neighbors at the grocery store or something like that. And now this is how you do it, right? Like social proof is where it's at. Like if I'm looking for someone, the odds are this is the first place I'm going is, to Facebook to ask if anybody knows of somebody. I'm probably, if I do find a name, I'm looking at their reviews through Google and things like that. So, social proof has become probably the number one factor. And I know people, Amanda Vinot from Maven, I know she's a customer of yours. She's a customer of ours. Built an entire company around, using social and being able to leverage that to gain business. So a lot of, it holds a lot of weight now in the way you do business right now.
Yeah. Buyers have changed, right? Like the way we used to sell to the buyers 10 years ago is totally different than the way it looks like now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the buyer is more educated now than they've ever been because they have the information at their fingertips, right? It's very easy for me to go research your company and to research your reviews and, to get the lowdown on you. Like we say that, the trust building and the relationship building has started long before they've made a phone call to you, right? Like, I think Brad Akers said once, the most important part of your website is the About Us page now, right? Because they're going on there and they're learning who you are, who your team is. Focus on that piece, make sure that they have a good understanding of who they're working with. We just did some conversations with a contractor that had probably the best About Us page ever. It told an incredible story about his company, about how him and his wife met and how they had a friend and together they started this business. And it was just an incredible story. And the way they laid it out was really great. And, it just made you feel like you wanted to work with them right away, right? Like you felt comfortable with them. You felt like you knew their background, like you were excited to kind of get to know these people. And, things like that are just making a huge difference in how we select a company nowadays.
I mean, having the human connection before the sales reps from all the roofing companies of people that are watching right now or might later, that human connection before you even knock on that door is a huge piece. And then building those relationships through social proof and through storytelling, like you just said, and the use of technology like roofers, proposals, and Project Map It and things like that go a long way.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think it's one of the few industries where people still buy people, right? Like I'm still buying the person, right? That's selling me. I'm buying that trust. I'm buying that relationship. It's not like I'm just coldly buying a product off of Amazon. This is my house.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking for somebody that I trust. So it's a lot different now, than it used to be, I would say in the approach, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's still fairly old school in the way that we do business. So,
yeah. Very true.
Well, let's dive into it, Steve. I mean, I know you've got a really fancy presentation here for us. So I don't want to hold you up.
Shall I share my screen?
Yeah. I don't want to steal your time here. So
no, steal my time, man.
Dive into it.
Steal my time. Can you see my presentation first of all?
I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah. So first of all, huge shout out to Roofr. I really appreciate Mal. You were awesome. For those that don't know Mal, and probably everybody does. And Pete's a good friend of mine. I've known Pete for 6 years now. One of the first guys I ever met in the industry. So really love the relationship that we have with Roofr. We do have some things where we've collaborated and we have, the instant estimator working with our system. We can put a page in your Roofr proposals as you're doing that storytelling that Pete talked about. So we're going to hit on that. I know that we have people from Project Map It on here. I know that we have a lot of people from Roofr on here. So I'd always encourage you to ask questions in the chat box. I'm looking this way at my screen where I can see the chat, and Pete is going to be monitoring that as well. But if you're a Project Mapit user and you can throw in some success stories from your company and give the Roofr people, a bit of success, that would be great. And on the flip side, Roofr, if you have all the contractors out there using Roofr in one way or another, or all the ways, be sure to put something in the chat about how Roofr has helped, evolve your company and made your life a lot easier. So please share, everybody. This is a friendly atmosphere here. Again, Pete and I have been together and been friends for a long time. For those that don't know, Pete's wife works for Project Mapit. So I hope the move was good, Pete. You're in Kentucky now. That's awesome.
The allergies are killing us here, but we're getting used to batting. Yeah, we're getting used to the environment here. Obviously a change, but overall, yes, good.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's get started. So you have this arrow here, and here's the deal, everybody that's watching this. I want you to hopefully take away a couple golden nuggets from this. Whether you decide to use Project Mapit, or if you're not a Roofr person, you decide not to use Roofr, whatever the case. Hopefully you get something out of this. This is more about being educational and providing some experiences that Pete and I have had that hopefully might lend itself to you, and an aha moment is what I would call it. This arrow pointing, right? It's all these people following the crowd. And that's what social proof is, right? Just about me in 30 seconds or less. I was a teacher for 20 years as a special educator. I live in Maryland. I'm a big lacrosse guy here. I am one of the owners of 5 owners here. I'm the only owner that actually works at Project Mapit full time. So I'd like to say it's my baby. So if you ever have any questions, Ronnie from Kentucky, what's up, Ronnie? Please know that, I'm your guy. You can ask me anything, and we have a great team. I always jokingly tease about this. I know a little about a lot of things when it comes to sales and marketing. And part of that reason is because our product lives on a website. So marketing wise, we have marketing agencies that we partner with consistently. So I know a lot about websites. I know a little bit enough about SEO. I will say this about our tool. We're a tool that's a great sales tool, and you're going to learn that, right? Social proof is about, well, we're going to talk about what social proof is in a minute, but we do have a little SEO component, but I don't want you ever to focus on that. I want you to focus on the fact that we're a great sales tool. And then sales, of course, I talk to contractors all the time. We have our pulse on all of our contractors. By all means, if someone from Project Mapit is here, let them know how good our customer success managers are and stuff like that. We're here to train you up and make sure you're being taken care of. And that mustache, just so everybody knows, took me like 5 months to grow. I tried to grow it back. I tried to grow it in a couple of weeks, Pete, for this webinar, but it just didn't work, as you all can tell. Didn't get there. So social proof, and just the first thing is the psyche of the buyer, right? Obviously, there are different markets, but more and more, right, you all are presenting to digital natives. Back in 2020 is when this study went. Millennials are making up 43% of the home buying process, right? So more millennials are buying more fixer-uppers because they're not able to afford a brand new house. Most of them, I'm sure some of them can. So 43% of those people that you're presenting to are people that grew up with digital devices in their hand, right? I was a teacher for 20 years. The way I taught in 2006 was definitely a different way than I taught in 2010, 2015, I should say. So thinking about that, this is one of my favorite stats. You're going to hear me talk about it later, is that 57% of that home buying power, that process, like these people in this picture, they've already made up their mind 57% of the way before you even go and knock on that door and provide that free roof estimate. Okay, that inspection. So what are you doing before your sales consultants go out to that home to provide that inspection? And then the last one is just the idea that because millennials are buying fixer-uppers, or people that buy fixer-uppers, 45% of those are looking for a roof installation right away. So just thinking of those stats and just how the buyer has changed, the expectation has changed, right? The younger people are expecting maybe a really good roofer proposal that is going to tell the company story. Looking at digital devices that might help tell the story so that you can build trust.
I saw a stat along these lines, Steve, that said 41% of millennials would actually prefer a contactless, a salesman-less sales process. So they would prefer to do all the research themselves and make a decision rather than talk to a salesman. So something to keep in mind, like you said, along the lines of that stat of, they're doing 50% of the sales process is done before you've even had an appointment with them. So it's, definitely changed the way we approach this.
Correct. Social proof defined. Just if you're a roofing company, an exterior remodeling company, right? You want to show a homeowner that other customers that you've already provided services for trust and love you. These are our experiences. And so if you're going to a prospect's home, or who knows, maybe you're even doing online demos or consultations now, you want that homeowner to have that trust in you. And so leveraging social proof, and we're going to go over components of social proof, will help that homeowner trust you and use your services over your competitors. Because let's face it, everybody is competing against everybody. Okay. So let's talk about two factors of social proof that really our product doesn't necessarily handle, but they're important. Certifications, right? 84%. And I'm going to ask Mal and the team at Roofr to share this deck with everybody that signed up. You can click on any of these plus signs, but 84% of the people trust companies when they have visible awards, right? I'm a GF Presidential Award winner. I'm a Select Shingle Master, whatever that award is. So showcasing your rewards and your certifications is a good thing, obviously. Social media, I think everybody knows this. Social media is important. It's one of the hardest things. I pay a guy $1,500 a month to do videos and post on our socials because I can't do it very well. But 54% of people are using social media to research you, kind of like Pete was saying. Those millennials, or even my mom, they're looking online and they're looking at Facebook. My mom knows how to use Facebook, no other socials, but we need to start leveraging your socials to show a homeowner that A, you're an expert in the field, B, people love you, throwing reviews up there and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about the real bread and butter. Reviews and visuals for me is a big piece of my presentation and how you can earn business and beat out your competitors by leveraging these two things. The first thing is 31%. So you'll see a little pulse there. You can click on it. It's going to open something up. Customers are likely to spend 31% more in a business with excellent reviews. So think about this. I just got a new HVAC unit. And the first thing I did was I went online and I went Arnold, Maryland HVAC companies. And I had two companies that showed, well, three, right? The Fearless 3-pack that we all talk about in Google business profiles. But one had 500 reviews, one had 40 reviews. Which one did I call first and which one did I pick, right? I picked the one with 500 reviews. Now, if I got two estimates, and again, you all know your sales consultants are walking to that door and providing that inspection. And when they're sitting at the table, if you do that, that homeowner is trying to leverage the fact that whether or not they even got another estimate, they're saying, hey man, this company said that they were going to spend $3,000 less. They bidded $3,000 less on the quote. Well, if you have great reviews and you can leverage social proof, they're still going to go with you who's $3,000 more. Because let's face it, right? That company that bidded $3,000 less, they're using inferior material, building products, right? To put it on your roof. You're using the best. Their craftsmanship might be shoddy. So they're going to be fixing that homeowner's fixing that roof 5 years down the road anyway, because they installed it incorrectly. So you proving your worth through reviews, that homeowner is still going to pick you. Okay. This is a big one I like. Video testimonials and reviews increase consumer trust by 57%. And then the last one is just the idea that 70%, this is kind of going away. I've presented a lot to a lot of contractors over the last year. Some contractors, even a year and a half ago, I'd ask the question and I'd say, how many like to ask for reviews or don't like to ask for reviews because they feel kind of slimy? Nobody raises their hand anymore. All of you seem to be understanding the fact that you can ask for a review because let's face it, millennials, digital natives, just the way our world's gone, people are expecting you to ask for a review. So they're just waiting when the job is done. Like, hey, that HVAC company that installed something in my house, they never asked for a review. And I was like, what the hell? Like, dude, you should have asked for a review. I would have given you a review. Now I gave them a review on my own, but not many people are doing that, right? You've got to ask for the review. Okay. Social proof equals more money, more people. You get found online more with more reviews and all that kind of stuff. Okay. These are different review platforms. I'm not only going to talk about ours. You know, Podium's a good one, Broadly, Guild Quality, but these are things that you want to constantly think about. Make reviews important. I didn't make reviews important. One of our competitors had like 80 reviews, and at the time we had 30. And I started going, me being a competitive guy, right, coach for 25 years in lacrosse world, I started getting competitive, and I started telling our team, like, hey, when we're done onboarding a company, let's ask for a review. We are now at 122, perfect 5-star, and we're beating that competitor. So I'm happy about that. So you just got to make it important. This is our review platform. I'm not going to dive deep into it, but you can build a landing page and project map it. So on the back end that gives multiple reviews. So you got Google, Facebook, Better Business Bureau. So those links will take you right to Better Business Bureau, Angie, whatever, House, doesn't matter, Thumbtack. And then we actually have the ability to put your social media platforms on there too. So follow us on your socials, right? We combine this with a company that we're partnered with called TapTag, and you can order tap tags through our system. Now you can ask for that review as soon as that install is complete. Okay. So we do have a review platform that will get you instant reviews right there when the job's done. But let's talk about the important thing, which is reviews in general. Okay. Reviews help with search engine optimization. Okay. So let's talk about how this review, and you can put it in the chat if you want. I can pause for like 30 seconds to a minute, but you have this bad review, right, from this homeowner. And then this is the review response from the company. There's something wrong or some things wrong in this response that could hurt your search engine optimization. I was a teacher for 20 years, so I'm going to give a 30-second awkward pause and see if anybody puts what they think it is in the chat. Absolutely. So that's not what I wanted in the chat if everybody's looking, but to answer it while we're waiting for others, we certainly have commercial roofing companies, right? You're constantly getting bids. Here, I'll give you a prime example. We onboarded a commercial roofing company on a Thursday, and on Monday, I got an email back that said, hey, because of Project Map It, we sold a commercial roof for $18,000. There was a property manager that emailed this roofing company and said, hey, do you have any referrals or any examples that we can see? Our mapping system, there's a link that you can send in an email directly to your map. So the owner of the roofing company sent the link to the map. We didn't have any reviews on there, no pictures, anything. It was just pins on a map. The lady wrote back, the property manager wrote back in 15 minutes or 5 minutes, something like that. Hey, we're going to use you. This map is awesome. So commercial roofing companies definitely, and if we have time at the end, I can show you an example of one. There's one in Ohio that I know does a really nice job. Okay, let's talk about this response. Pete, do you know it? Got any ideas?
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be the way I would write it, but
it's okay. I didn't want to put you on the spot.
No, I mean, I'm sure there's a couple things in here that probably could have been worded differently based on what I read, but.
So you never want to be argumentative. You want to respond to it. We all know that, like, you fire an employee and next thing you know, his girlfriend or her boyfriend or whatever, their significant other sends a response in Google. I just had that the other day. Somebody talked about it and they write a bad review. Well, in this one specifically, I want you to understand just SEO 101. Getting reviews is very important consistently, right? Like, you'd rather get like one review a week than 40 reviews in 1 week and not another review for another 4 months. You want to have consistently getting reviews. And what Google likes the most, the search engine that crawl all your company's data, is they're looking for the written component. So all these words that are talking about your company really help with Google crawling all these words, and then you get found online better. Okay. But when you have a 1-star review and in your response, you're putting Steve's Roofing Company once, not only once, but down here as well, Steve's Roofing Company, don't put employees' names, don't put your company name in the response to a negative review. Because what happens is Google is crawling your data, and Google sees 1-star review and Steve's Roofing Company in your own response. Okay. So be careful what you do in your response. Respond to it. Make it short and sweet. Offer, hey, give us a call. One thing about negative reviews, shouldn't be asking to take reviews off. If that's a question, so here's an answer. Google does not mind negative reviews. I just said I have 122 5-star reviews. Google might look at Project Map It and be like, they're full of crap. They're getting people to write those reviews. There's no way Project Map It has a straight 5 stars, right? So Google, when they see a 1-star review or a 2-star or 3-star, right, a negative-ish review, it actually shows Google that you're an authentic and a real company, because nobody's perfect. And Google algorithms understand that. So getting a negative review is actually not a bad thing. It actually can help your SEO. It's how you respond to it that may make a difference. So let's talk about just SEO and reviews. So get reviews consistently. That's not really that pertaining to the header, so I apologize. But getting reviews consistently is important. Replying to those reviews are important. You're welcome. Good job. Thank you, Ty. Replying to your reviews are important because Google wants a company to reply to reviews and do it expeditiously, like right away as soon as possible. Include keywords. Hey, we just, we love putting that GF Timberline HDZ charcoal black roof on your house. Roof replacement. Glad you were able to find a roofer near me. Like ask your marketing company. They'll tell you the keywords, but infuse those keywords into your responses. One thing that we do is, asking the homeowner, hey, can you put an employee's name that you felt did a really nice job into your review? Because Google will look at a review that a homeowner gives you and see like, oh, Pete McKendrick was the sales rep. And Google likes to see that because, again, it shows that you're a real company. It shows that that homeowner really knew who Pete McKendrick and Pete's roofing company was. Don't mention business info when responding to a negative review. We talked about that. So other elements of social proof, these three things all pertain to roofer proposals, also Project Map It. That's why it's on this slide. Okay, the first thing, our map embeds onto a website, right? So 95% of the first impression are related to your website design. So Pete already said it, like company had an amazing About Us page. Somebody went to it. It's the first thing they saw. And they were like, within 5 seconds, they're like, holy crap, this company is the real deal. They're awesome, right? Like you do community service. I talk to contractors. They're like, man, I don't want to talk about the fact that we raise money for Alzheimer's and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you, shout out to Miller's Roofing in Pennsylvania, York, PA. They have a page that talks about all the charity and all the community services they provide and stuff like that. One is Alzheimer's. Guess what? My mother-in-law passed away of Alzheimer's. So if I go to Miller's Roofing and I'm trying to choose between Miller's and Pete McKendrick's roofing company, sorry, Pete, I'm probably going to choose Miller's Roofing because it's tearing on my heartstrings, right? So you want to do that. So your website, and Pete, I think you taught me this, or someone taught me this at RoofCon last year. Your website is going to talk more to more people than all of your sales reps combined in a year. Websites are important, and sometimes contractors don't feel it is. Before and after pictures, I researched it quite heavily before this, and it is true. Like, I mean, I saw it there. There's, MDG advertising. Consumers say that a clear, detailed image carrying more weight on the purchasing decision than the product information and the customer rating. So having photos, everybody knows this is Company Cam. We integrate with Company Cam. You can look at a Company Cam before and after template. No, it is, right? Company Cam does a great job with that. We do a great job with showing all those beautiful after photos. And then 74% people say they're more likely to contact a business after viewing an online portfolio. So think about that as well. All right.
One thing I will say is when it comes to the photos, select good photos.
Yeah.
Right. The importance of a good professional looking photo. Like one thing we do at Roofr is we allow you to put your Company Cam photos or an uploaded photo as the cover page image of your proposal. And it's huge, right? Like we've seen contractors win jobs because it was so professional and polished looking, because the cover page right off the rip had a great photo of the house on it. Maybe they took a picture with a drone, something that was impressive right from the very beginning. So, be smart about the photos that you pick when you're doing before and afters. No ladders or porta-johns in the pictures, preferably not your foot or your finger. Like these little things make a difference.
Be careful that you're not putting people or your crews up on the roof that aren't tethered in, right? Like OSHA doesn't like that.
Correct. No OSHA violations.
When my company loads photos for you, because we'll spend 2 hours as part of the onboarding process. If anybody decides to sign up with us, we don't put any pictures with people in them. So yeah, photos are super important. Now, drone photography is becoming pretty big. I think a lot of you know that. Not everybody's on board with that yet, but I have seen the trend really pivoting that way. I will, give a shout out to the third customer ever to sign up with Project Map It in 2018, Tar Heel Construction Group. They're not out of North Carolina. Tar Heel Construction Group, Joe Ayler does an amazing job. If you look at their socials, they do a great job with video editing of drone photography before and after and stuff like that, as well as just regular drone photography. This is what I can speak to. I taught for 20 years. So I feel like this is the one thing I can speak to big time. This is one of my favorite stats, right? 80% of what you see, people retain. So let's talk about what that means first, this first 80% piece. If you're going into a home to present, right, you want to be remembered and you want that homeowner to remember what you're talking about. So providing a visual, like a really nice digital presentation, Roofr proposal, if you will, Engage, other platforms, whatever you use, PowerPoint, whatever it is, put your company story, make it lavish, put some of those great before and after photos, make that homeowner go like, damn, this company really does a nice job. Like photos, there's not a stat here, but images, your eyes process images 60,000 times faster than verbal or text. Okay. So if you don't want to be remembered, just go in there and give them a pamphlet of certainty, and then they probably will not remember you as much. Right. So only 10% of what you're here. So people that go out and you just talk to the homeowner, when you leave, they're going to forget. Okay. So think about the power of visuals and how you can leverage visuals, whether that's pre-appointment email or text that you send out, whether that's, a proposal platform like Roofr, whatever the case is, consider a powerful, and then 80% with the colors, put color in it. Now, here's an example of a Roofr proposal. I shortened it. Everybody that uses Roofr proposals know you might have like 25 pages and you tell your company story, but I'll just kind of walk through this video that I shared. So you have your cover story, your cover page. You're going to talk in your proposal about your company and the certifications. You're going to say, hey, check out our testimonials, meet my team. This is the owner. This is probably a company cam thing right here. Here's some pain points I saw when we climbed up on your roof. By the way, we're a company that's certified with certainty. So we're going to be able to provide the best quality material, whatever that material is. Here are the colors. Here's your good, better, and best deal, right? Here's an example of good deal. Okay. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it's going to cost $30,000 to get a new roof. Now, I want you to know why you should pick us. This is where you can stick Project Map It in there. There's a little quick call to action button in the middle. It says click to view our portfolio. Your sales rep can open that up. And now in seconds, they're going to be able to show pictures of the work you've done, jobs you've done. You can zoom right in and say, hey, look at all the jobs we've done in your community. And then we have a filter system. This is a gallery page on the right side. You can open up a gallery picture and quickly access those photos. But we also have a smart filter system. And this is where all the ahas are. You can go in here and select, I want to look at all the window jobs that we've done. And in seconds, you have window jobs, right? I went on a roof inspection with a company. Let me stop that. Just a quick story. I went on a roof inspection. They had a proposal just like this. He saved Project Map It as the last slide and said what I said just now said, hey, I'm saving the best slide for last. You're going to see why you should choose us over the other two competing companies. And he opened up the map and the lady was like, Jesus, is that all the work you've done in our area? He's like, yeah. And then she was trying to choose between HDZ charcoal and HDZ pewter. He was able to use those checkbox, the filter, and show pewter and charcoal. And the lady looks at her husband and she goes, this software is awesome. She didn't know I was from Project Map It. I was like proud papa moment there, Pete. It was pretty sweet. But she said, yeah, she was like, the shingle board is nice, but it only gives me, a certain square footage. Like seeing it on a roof relevant to my house makes it a lot better. And it helped sell the job. So power of visuals, power of Roofr and Project Map It combined, sticking a page into your Roofr proposal could go a long way. We have found, everybody, that we help your sales reps close about 3 to 10% more. Okay. What is Project Map It? We're pins on a map. So we're going to be able to show local reputation. Look at the work we've done in your community. Those are 15 jobs we just did. We're photos of the jobs, and we're able to help you capture reviews with that tap card and the reviews page I showed you earlier. But we can also showcase those Google reviews and Facebook. So now I'm going to show you a live demo. I'll spend only like 3 minutes on it. All right. So this is our demo map. Very similar to the map you saw in the video. But I want to show you, I know if I click on media, so these filters in the top right are going to interactively make your map change, right? So if I click on reviews, our system has a direct integration with Google Business Profile. So you connect Project Map It to your GBP. There are two things you can do. You can post to your Google Business Profile. So if I Google Project Map It, your Google Business Profile down here, I don't know if all of you know about the update section, but you can be in Project Map It and post to Google Business. Okay. The other thing our Google Business integration does is right now we have 122 Google reviews. See, I wasn't lying, everybody. Let's say I get a Google review tonight. Our system will ping your GBP, your Google Business Profile, at midnight. If it sees any new reviews, it'll automatically bring those reviews in. So your map's constantly updated. Feel free to ask questions on chat. I am looking at them over here. All right. So you can show all of your Google reviews. You're going to see that we have a Project Map It review. We're our own platform. There's Google. If I keep scrolling, there's some, I think, Facebook posts, maybe not intermixed here now, but we sync with Facebook, although Facebook's not playing nice with us lately. Now, very simple system, or functionality, refresh map. It puts the map right back to its original state. So it helps your sales reps go right back to the map if they filter down. Now, media button, not many people use, to be totally honest with you, but I'm going to click it because I know this pin right here has everything that a pin can have. So I'm going to show you. The first thing you can do is you can embed a YouTube or Vimeo video on the pin. So I can click play, and in seconds, that homeowner can show this. Now, think about videos, right? Videos are real important. If you have a video testimonial of the client, you can put it right on that pin. Okay. You can showcase all the after photos. So videos from YouTube embedded. You can write a job description. That helps a little bit with SEO. Again, please don't buy us for SEO. Yeah, so I'm going to stop. Ruben just asked, what if we have more than one Google My Business? So it depends, Ruben. If you have 3 businesses and they're all under the same email address, which most are, all 3 businesses can go in. If this Google business has one login, this Google business has another, and this Google business has a different login, you can't put them all on one map, but it is something that our production team is working on currently. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, we'll be able to put multiple different logins into one map. Did that answer your question, Ruben? So you can put a job description and you can embed that review right there on the map. I mean, on the pin, I'm sorry. Okay. So you can have videos and photos, a job description, and you can put your reviews, and you'll see links right here. So if I wanted to look at my Google reviews, I can click on that. It's going to take me right to it. All right. And then the bread and butter is the filter system. So if I'm looking for an Atlantic blue roof, when I click that filter, the map is going to change to only show Atlantic blue roofs, but here on the gallery view is also Atlantic blue roofs. So it gives your sales reps a quick view of which of these like 15 pins have actual pictures on them. And then they can, smartly, if that's a word, pick the right project so you can start showing that homeowner. And I'm going to give a shout out to you, Pete. Pete was the one about 5 months ago that said you should have a gallery. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yes, Ruben, YouTube videos. So I can go into YouTube and you're just copying the YouTube URL and pasting it in the back end of Project Map, and it'll appear on that pin. I wanted to just show you a couple other maps because we have tons of functionality, different color pins to represent different things, right? Blue and red. You can put, you have the Google badges and all that kind of stuff. If it's a star next to the pin, it means that there's a Project Map It review on there. Big shout out to Miller's Roofing. They use us for everything. They request reviews using our email system and all that stuff. So this is a really nice map. You can have houses as your pins. Notice everything's color, right? We can brand it. Our company brands it for you. We do all of that for you. So we'll make your map look sexy. You can even put your logo. If your logo presents itself well enough, like StormGuard, you can put your logo as a pin. And you'll see most people are starting to use these galleries. And this gentleman in Detroit, Chris Parker, he does a really nice job with drone photography. Any questions?
Chris is good.
Yeah, Christopher Parker. Yeah, we actually saw him at IRE, I think, together, didn't we, Pete?
Yep. Yeah, I know Chris well. Yep.
All right. So real quick, and then I'm almost done, is just the idea that we have a landing page, and this is another way where Project Map It works well with Roofr. Okay. I just Googled Pinnacle Roofing of New England. There's no trick. I'm not trying to trick anybody. I'll do it again so you know that I'm not lying. Pinnacle, look, it's right there. If I hit enter, you're going to see like there's their website, but we're ranking number 2 above Facebook and all these other things from them, Better Business Bureau and stuff like that. But if you click on it, everybody gets this landing page. This landing page automatically automatically updates. So if I'm in Project Mapping and I put a new pin and I load some new photos, guess what? This section down here, right here, it'll add it automatically. So once we set this page up and we do it for you, it automatically updates anytime you update a new project. But so liken this to like an Angie's page or a Yelp page or whatever. The only difference is on Angie's, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, you can scroll to the top and search for other companies, right? There's a search bar. I want a roof and blah, blah, blah. Here, it's just your page. So it just provides an extra online presence for you. But if you look, we are now integrated with Roofr's Instant Estimator. So you can embed your Instant Estimator right onto this. We call it the PPP, the public profile page. So now if somebody Googles it and it just so happens that this page pops up, they have the ability to find out how much a roof is going to cost using the IE. Pete, did you want to say anything about the IE or anything to our customers that might be watching?
Yeah, I think definitely probably one of the, we actually did a call earlier where the customer said, a contractor, he's using Roofr. He's doing very well. He's in his second year of business. And he said that the Instant Estimator is probably the most underrated tool in the entire roofing industry. And those are his words. He said more contractors should be using it because it has so many uses, right? It's the thing about the Instant Estimator is that it's could be a marketing tool. It can be a sales tool. He's leveraging it because he does a lot of work with real estate agents. So his real estate agents are using it to give prospective customers, ballpark quotes on what it would take to get their roof done. And in the meantime, he's capturing that information as a lead. So it's really just such a versatile tool. It's really been hugely successful for us. And it kind of feeds the system, right? It's step one in getting everything rolling, and I think one of the things about Project Map It here, as you've gone through this stuff, is you can see that Project Map It intertwines very well throughout the process, right? From the Instant Estimator, which is essentially like our marketing lead gen tool, you could tie that to Project Map It. Project Map It, Gallery, and the Instant Estimator together could be a very powerful tool to start that whole lead gen process. You could essentially send it, I'm thinking like, hey, I got Dope Marketing. I'm using Dope Marketing to send postcards to a neighborhood. The postcards have a QR code that leads to this landing page. And now I've got my Project Map It Gallery and my Instant Estimator. I'm capturing that lead. I've got my social proof. And all of this is starting a chain reaction that's then feeding my CRM, allowing me to write proposals, allowing me to close jobs, right? So it's kind of closing the loop, and making the front end very easy, right? Like Steve said in the very beginning, 57% of your sales process is happening before you've even gotten to the appointment. And here it is, right? Like here's a way to make you show really well right out of the box. Like if I'm a customer, I scan your QR code, or I, find your name somewhere and I end up here, now I'm got my social proof. I've potentially got, a pretty good quote on my job. As the contractor, I'm capturing you as a lead. And now the ball now we're going, right? Now I'm scheduling an appointment with you. Now we're back to the traditional way of doing it. The beauty of this is now when we loop around and I write that really nice presentation style proposal, I've got my Project Map It in there again. Hey, not sure if you guys check this out. When you land on our page, here it is again. Check out our gallery, see the work that we've done in your area. It just kind of all intertwines and works really well together.
I love it. A couple of you were asking, so I want to show you. Here's one company that I pulled up. This is the roofing company of Tampa Bay. And the way it looks on their website, which we really like, is we usually say put an image on your homepage, sort of towards the top. It's in the middle of his homepage. So it's a perfect situation there where somebody's going to go, think about it. It's an interactive map. So the longer people are on your website, the better, right? So let's put an interactive map on there where people are on there. Our analytics are showing people stay about a minute and a half to 2.5 minutes on the map. So you put a call to action button on the homepage. It's going to take you to a page dedicated to the Project Map It portfolio. And we work with your website company to do that. And then somebody asked about a commercial roofing company. Do they use it? Here's the commercial roofing and coating systems out of Ohio. This is their homepage, everybody. They literally put on their banner the first thing, view our projects. So you can go in there and then we're going to take a look at their past work. It's starting to pop up. You can view services. They have TPO full tear-offs, layovers, metal retrofits, new construction, TPO. Again, this is fully customizable, so you can do whatever you want to help market and provide your sales team a good tool to help close deals. Okay.
Yeah. And the quoting and the referral process is huge on the commercial side of the business, right? So, you almost always have to get multiple quotes. right? We're always looking for referrals to make sure that we're hiring the right person. Usually the jobs are much higher in dollar figure, or we're hiring someone to do multiple jobs at multiple properties. So all of this is way powerful from the commercial side. I mean, it's probably should be leveraged even more on the commercial side, right? Because it's just so powerful over there for the way that they do business as a commercial roofer.
Totally agree. This page, it just talks about how to leverage. We've covered most of these. I do want to give, a lot of times this seems to be an aha moment for people. I ask contractors when I present all over the US, like, hey, what do you do with your pre-appointment email, whether it's an email or a text, whatever. And they're like, I mean, it's pretty basic, right? Most people it's a basic email. It's, hey, John's going to be out there at 2:00 on a Thursday. If you have any questions, give us a call. What we say or suggest or recommend is to beef that thing up a little bit more. So in other words, add power of videos. And this has nothing to do with Project Map It. This is just our recommendation to everybody, and people love it. I always tell a story. I don't have time to tell it, but about me buying a truck because the dealer sent me a text message with a video of Romero in front of the truck. It was just enough to get my wife to let me buy the truck. And it was all about that video. So having a video of your sales rep, again, you're going to get a link to this deck. If you click here, it will open up a file of me giving an example of what that might look like. But introducing your sales rep to that homeowner before your sales rep knocks on the door. Think about our world today, everybody, right? They want to meet you before they meet you. So give them a video and get them to meet your sales reps before they meet you, before they physically meet him or her. And then putting a portfolio of past work. Hey, check out our past work. Again, throwing that social proof in their face as much as possible so that before you go out there, they're like, damn, I looked at that map. That map had like 5,000 projects on it. That's amazing. So it's going to pull it up there, but you get it, right? So add your map to that pre-appointment email. Other ways people use us. All right, talk about your in-home sales presentation, whether that's a roofer proposal or something else. If you're not the decision maker and you want to show this deck to your owner or whoever makes those decisions in your office, you can click any of these buttons, add Project Map It to the roofer proposal. If you click on it, it's going to open up. Okay. A lot of people will put QR codes on their signs, on their truck wraps, in your signature of your emails, just putting links to this map everywhere you can. I want to point out we aren't small in the respect that we have really good partners that help you all integrate well and make it seamless to use Project Map It. So with Company Cam, we're a photo documentation system too. You can take pictures, you just can't annotate and do all the cool stuff that Company Cam does. So we are very well aligned with Company Cam. So you can take pictures in Company Cam when you're on your phone or desktop computer and select 150 pictures in the project. You might only want to send 3 of those nice after photos over. You select the pictures in Company Cam, click a tag button, and it sends the pin on the map. It'll send the information, Project Map It, drop the pin, tag it, add photos. If you register warranties with Certainteed, or I will say this, if you're a Certainteed Shingle Select Master or any of the top tier, entry tier levels, let me know. We're working with Certainteed right now on some cool things. If you order from ABC or SRS, we have opt-in forms. You fill it out. We send it to SRS, ABC. They send us the data, and we can build your map. So we have some really cool integrations we embed right into an Engage slide deck. We help you add the pins. Again, easily adding pins through Certainteed ABC, your Roofr CRM, spit out a exported spreadsheet with your trade types and send it our way, and we can build your map in less than 24 hours. I mean, unless 100 of you ask us to build a map, it might take a week. We help you get it added to the website. We'll spend 2 hours loading photos. We offer weekly trainings. We just added a new implementation of how to leverage Project Map. That's really good. And then here's the plan that it looks like Mao or the team at Roofr already put up. So just to be clear, top here, the biggest plan, normally it's $22.70 a year. If you sign up, like the promo code down here says, if you sign up by September 13th, we'll give it to you for $1,700 a year for life, right? So you're saving 500, whatever. I was a math teacher, $570 for life if you sign up by September 13th. And the reason we want to say September 13th, we want to give you a time to set up if you'd rather set up a demo, you can set up a demo with us. That gives you some time. I'm just looking at this question. Yes, David, we'll make it. Okay. Can you repeat how to work with Company Cam? Yeah, I can. I might even have it on here now. So with Company Cam, you never have to log into Project Map It. So Here, the tags, like all these tags here, when you connect Project Map to Company Cam, all of these tags end up going into Company Cam's tagging system. So when you're in Company Cam, you might have 100 pictures of a job, but you only want to send 4 of those pictures over to Project Map It. So you select the 4 pictures like you can in Company Cam, and then you go to Actions Tag, and you tag those pictures in Company Cam, and you would tag it with one of these tags that are in Company Cam. So if I tagged it R25 Rhino Bond attached, that's the trigger that tells Company Cam, oh, I got to go send this pin to Project Map It. I need to label it R25 Rhino Bond, and it attaches the photos to it. So it's a pretty slick integration. Did that answer your question, Ronald?
Yeah, and on top of that, I will note that Roofr also has a really good Company Cam integration. If you guys use us or don't use us at this point, where we sync with Company Cam, and we are able to create the project from the job, and then also the pictures flow back over, so you can utilize Company Cam images on your instant estimator if you'd like, or also in the what most of our people do, they use them in their proposal. From if maybe they're doing an inspection in Company Cam, maybe they just have before and after pictures, maybe they just have a picture of the front of the house they want to throw on the cover. They bring those Company Cam photos in and use them throughout our product. So
yeah, I mean, if there are any Project Map It people watching, I mean, Roofr is becoming that all-in-one tool, right? I mean, you want to say all of them, Pete? There's measurements, proposals, instant estimator, CRM. Did I miss anything?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and then obviously the CRM has, payments and financing and all these things built into it. So yeah, it's kind of becoming a very solid end-to-end solution. And, just supplementing it with products like this is just, making the process that much stronger. So definitely check it out if you guys currently don't use Roofr, because we've come a long way in the last couple of years. I can say that.
And I do want to be very clear. When you get this deck, when they send it out, hopefully they'll send it out, by tomorrow or whatever, go to this page, onboarding and pricing, multiple locations. Okay. I think Ruben, you had 3 locations. Because you have multiple business locations, it actually is more. You fall in a corporate account. Now, normally a corporate account is $1,700. If you have over 16 locations, even less, or if you're a franchisee or something like that. But we're going to say we'll lock you in at $1,500 per location. And I can show you the ROI on a demo or per location. I mean, the return on investment is ridiculous. So if you have a 1 location thing, or let's say you have 2 locations and one's a main office and then you have a satellite office, we're not going to charge you for that satellite office if you don't have people working in there. But if you're in multiple states, we have people with like 8, 9, 34 locations. That becomes a little bit more. So I just want to be very upfront and transparent with you on that. But you have till September 13th, everybody. This takes you directly to the sign up page. You're going to use the code Roofr 1700, capital R. And that'll give you that discount where it locks you in at $1,700 a year for life.
We got a question here from Ruben. He's asking if you can customize the website embed. So, where we're embedding Project Map It on his website.
Yeah. So your marketing agency will decide. So you email your marketing agency and just CC your customer success rep over at Project Map It, and we'll send them explicit instructions. This company built this image. So it's up to the marketing agency as well to help build the image. But we always recommend, you can do it 2 ways. Put it on here as an image. I think that's the most important because this is a hook. You want people to see this. And then, you could also do a double dose of putting it in a menu bar up here. But as far as the map itself goes, where'd it go? You can change the colors. We can brand it. So the map is fully customizable if that's what you're asking. And we do provide like some verbiage, right? Like some things that they can think of as inspiration as your marketing team's trying to figure out what to put on there. So the map itself is fully customizable. Did that answer your question, Ruben? And are there any other questions? It works on any website. There hasn't been a website that I haven't seen it work on. Sweet.
No other questions?
Well, I have a question. Please, I'm a lifelong learner. Tell me if if I sucked at this, if there are any recommendations. I'm all fine. I'll take criticism, constructive criticism. You mentioned all the features. If you don't use Company Cam for what you showed, pictures can Yeah, absolutely. Like like if you give us access to your Roofr CRM, we'll download the photos, we'll upload them, project map it. We train we'll train your staff how to do it. So we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you on the front end at the onboarding part. We do offer everybody virtual management for $50 an hour. And to be honest with you, unless you're a company that's putting on 500 roofs or, we can usually get so we work with you in this respect. For $50 an hour, you send us a spreadsheet once a month. We work with you and your team on that. Maybe it's a spread. SRS automatically updates it. We can request it from ABC once a month. So if you work with any of those, we can add pins easily for you. That's not a problem. And then for $50 an hour, we'll load photos for you. So we can take care of that. Yeah, we have great question, David. We have I'm sure they have it on their website by now, but Soft Touch Roofing out of Pennsylvania. Stefan Vasquez is the owner. He has 20 projects, if that, on his map right now. If I go to a website, most websites with gallery pictures have 10 pictures on there, if that. So start small and just be honest. Hey, we're a new company. This is what we've done so far. Your work is still going to speak for itself. We literally have tons of maps with 20 projects, 30 projects, 100 projects is actually pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's still great proof one way or the other, right?
100%.
You still got the visual factor of it,
yeah.
Even if it's 5 jobs,
Let's say somebody's looking for someone's looking for a Moray black roof and you have a picture of it because you have it on your map. Right. They're going to love that. And to answer your question, your second part there, a lot of companies that don't have after photos, they'll hire a high school kid or a college person, or they'll hire a drone person. There are drone people all over the freaking United States now. You can hire someone just to go out and take pictures to get it updated. PMI can, you can also build out a billboard thing. So I know and Pete, you can cut me off if you want. I don't know how many people are still on, but for example, I know Pestzar, they're a pest company. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So what Ashley Battelle is saying is we will build. So let's say, David, you don't have good after photos, right? So you have 100 pins on there with no good pictures. What we'll do in our company, we'll build a nice billboard advertisement like this. Again, pest control. Sorry, it's not a roofing company. We have roofing companies that leverage this, but we can add a nice image to every single pin that shows up that gives information on how to reach out to your company, website and stuff like that. Pictures during inspection, during project. In other words, would project map it give us the ability to not use company cam anymore?
He's asking, could you actually take the photos and project map it?
To answer your question, Ronald, the transparent answer is yes, but it's not going to do nearly as much as company cam. We like to say company cam is a photo documentation system on steroids. We are a portfolio on steroids, and that's why the two of us really work well together, because we complement what we're weak in the other company. We're a web app, so you bookmark our app. You don't download it from an Apple store or Google store. You just bookmark it to your phone, and our system will take the pictures within the web app, and it will timestamp them, and that's it. You can't share it right now with the company, with the homeowner. You can't annotate on it. You can't do videos like you can in company cam. So we are far inferior to company cam, and they are, I wouldn't say far inferior. I would never say that to a company like company cam, but their portfolio isn't nearly as good as ours. I didn't see. Oh, presentation is great. Very strong tool for visual. Oh yeah. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Roofr. You have to say that. You have to say that. That was probably Pete, everybody that said it. You're welcome.
Well, awesome, guys. Thanks so much, Steve, for joining us, Steve. Oh, hold on. We got one more question. Off topic, but would you guys, best piece of advice for new sales reps?
I've got a couple. Honestly, and I hate, again, teacher 20 years, so I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, but I like saying names. Javin or Javin. I don't know. So I'm sorry that I'm butchering your name. I strongly recommend either you have a very strong sales manager that can take them under their wing. When you use a proposal platform or a platform like Engage, you can have a templated kind of storytelling, and that will help you. That'll help new sales reps guide their way on learning the process quicker. I also believe strongly, I do, because I have one myself, is getting a coach. And there's lots of very good coaches out there. We're partnered with Sales Transformation Group. They're a good group. Chuck Toki and Jim Johnson, they're amazing. And they'll come out, they'll do whatever you need. So they can coach you up on the leadership team and teach you how to be better. They can come into your office and do online stuff with your sales reps. Can we use different icons on the map?
We got stuff rolling.
You can. Yeah. And when you say different icons, do you mean different colors? Do you mean like, hey, I want this to be a house icon and this to be a pin icon? You can do that as well. Yeah. Zoom Info and Engage. We use Zoom Info. Another thing. So Engage has analytics, like David's saying. Zoom Info has coaching points. So with Engage, it can tell the owner or the salesman, whoever's in charge of your sales reps, it'll tell them how long they're on each slide and things like that. And then what's the other one, Pete, with the voice thing?
Rilla Voice.
Sebastian. Rilla. Yeah,
Rilla
Sebastian's
Voice.
great.
Yeah, Rilla Voice is a fantastic tool. Yeah, check that out if you're a new salesman. It's an incredible tool. You literally just throw it in your pocket. It records your conversation with the homeowner, gives you pointers, improves your sales process. It's a fantastic tool. Uses AI to analyze your sales process and help you close better. Love Rilla Voice. Love Sebastian. And I would say the biggest things, like my advice would be a good presentation. Build yourself a really good presentation, education, and transparency. Nick, if Nick is listening, those are he should trademark those for that phrase, but education and transparency, right? Educate homeowners, especially selling roofs. Homeowners do not understand anything about roofs on their house. Even if they've done their research, they still don't know what they're looking at. Educate your homeowner. It builds trust. It builds the relationship, makes it easier to sell.
And maybe you can reach out to David Land. I think it was Ruben I forget who asked. But yeah, maybe reach out to David. Maybe Roofr can connect you to, because he has some really good. Our company used the crap out of ChatGPT with objections. You can say, hey, give me objections that homeowners use and how my sales rep of a roofing company would handle that. And then Mackenzie, you did say something. Any plans on making it an X account? I'm not quite sure what you're asking on that.
I think she wants you to be on Twitter.
Like having Project Map It on Twitter, on X. I'm not sure if you're still on, Mackenzie. But yeah, David, you seem to really have a good grasp. Maybe you can pay David to come out to your company.
Consulting fees
for sure. But you can always reach out to me and I can give you some of the people that we were talking about.
Yeah. And one thing you can do too is if you go to the resource section on Roofr, we actually did a really great 3-part series with Corey Combs from South Shore Roofing, where Corey walks through the sales process, how to set up, I think he does how to set up the sales appointment, how to close the job, what the presentation should look like. He does a fantastic job on those. It's a great 3-part series that he filmed with us. So if you get a chance, go to the resource section on Roofr, check it out. All our master classes and everything are on there, and I believe it's in there. So
Corey Combs is awesome.
Corey's awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, Frank, there will be the opportunity to grab this. So,
and Peter, you saw Mackenzie wants you to update a Roofr account in X.
X. Oh, there you go. I'll get the marketing people. Mal's on the call. She's the marketing person.
I'm glad you didn't ask Project Mapper to be on X.
We'll get Matt Radford. We'll get Matt Radford on that today.
Matty Ratty. Love that guy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be that time. Thank you, Pete.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate you jumping on, Steve. Great information and great topic. And hopefully you guys got some stuff that you can put to use. Where can they get in touch with you, Steve, if they want to talk to Project Map It, you or the rest of the group?
You can literally just email us at info@projectmapit.com. And then also when you get the link to our sale up to the deck that I presented on everybody in that one slide, especially if you're a corporate account with multiple businesses, click on that contact, just info@projectmapit.com. We'll get that and we'll be able to set up a demo for you and stuff like that.
So you don't want me to send everybody your cell phone number?
Actually, I don't know. Are people still on right now?
Yes.
They are still on?
There you go.
So
She put it up. Info
I'll
at
give
Project
you-
Map It. Yeah.
Oh, you did put it up? And then
Yeah, she
here's
put it
one
up.
more thing.
Yep.
Here's one more thing that I can put. This will take you right to our sales calendar. So if you wanted to copy and paste that, everybody, you can just set up a meeting with Perla, more than likely, or me. It'll be one of us.
Great. And yes, Suzanne, we will have a recording available. Yep.
Yeah, and Suzanne, you can set up a demo too, and we can meet the boss, and it can be a personalized demo of your exact company. You're welcome, Ty. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, thank you, everybody, for jumping on. We'll let you guys get on with your night. Thank you, Steve, for joining us again. And we will see you next time on Roofr.
Thanks for having me, brother.